Air. Was somebody in the studio this weekend?
No, not me.
Okay.
I wasn't in the state.
Turn up. Good for you. How was it?
Great. I love New York.
Gotta get up there with the
Concrete
missus.
jungle where all my friends are. There are so many. That's what I was singing all weekend.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Outside of the wedding, you get to do anything?
Yeah, I saw a lot of friends.
Okay, I mean, outside of that. You didn't go to the show? You didn't go see a show?
I didn't see a show.
Okay.
But I bought tickets for a show when I'm going back in November. Yeah, this is your heads up. It's one day.
I don't care.
That's one day.
I don't care. Ugh. You know what else gets an ugh from me?
Ugh.
This damn weather. It is October.
I know.
It is October. I stepped
It was a
outside.
beautiful weekend in New York. It was like 75.
It was a beautiful weekend.
Oh, it was perfect.
It was perfect. I walk outside and I'm covered in sweat. In October, before the sun comes up, I stepped outside with a jacket. It's like, oh, it's October. It's supposed to be a little nippy, not cold, but it's a little chill in the air. Walked immediately back inside and threw that damn jacket on the ground.
I got excited thinking that we were going into the 70s this week because we got a little rain today, a little rain
it's
tomorrow.
70s.
By next Tuesday, it's 85 again.
Oh, get out of here.
Give me a break.
And it's thick, right? Like it's
Right.
not
the rain
just,
is not cooling it off. It's just
it's
thickening
just
the
making
air.
everything so dang
Yeah, I'm
thick.
upset about it.
Like, come on, Rain.
Come on, rain.
Cool it down. What was the song?
All my ladies independent. What? No, especially not when they did the Charlie's Angels version where it was like Lucy Lou with my girl Drew, Cameron D with Destiny, with Charlie's Angels.
Why did you all of a sudden become Italian at the end of that?
With Charlie's Angels. It's the accent I brought home with me. What's up, everybody? It is Monday, October 6th. It is going to be a good day. Jessica Benson with you from the Grind City Media Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. CJ Hurt behind the glass. Coming up on today's show, it is a Grizzlies game day. Kind of. Preseason tips off tonight in Memphis. We will talk about what we are looking forward to. We will wrap up what was a very fun weekend in Memphis with the Grizzlies open practice with a big win, or we'll call it another win for your 6-0 Memphis Tigers. They finally got ranked. Fun weekend in football, big upsets, silly endings, no unbeaten teams left in the NFL. We'll dive into it all. Gary Parrish will join us about 40 minutes in. We'll do some Hot Mess Express. It is a Monday. You know what we say. The preseason is real. Yeah, the preseason is real.
You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GBWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Jaron Jackson has a message for y'all. Jaron, say it now.
What?
It's the best show in the world.
Yeah, Trip. When I showed up at the event last night, he goes, "You got the biggest show in the world." And I said, "No, I really don't." And he goes, "To me, you do. I see you every day." I asked him why he doesn't just walk up here, and he's like, "Because I don't want you to be able to prepare." I was like,
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Feels great to feel the sunshine. Gotta own the day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, let's have a little fun now. I wanna let it all out. That's what it's all about. Cause I deserve this feeling, have it my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media Studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Good morning, good Monday, good Grizzlies game day to all who celebrate. Happy Grizzlies preseason. Perhaps you are like me, someone who likes to celebrate all holidays, or perhaps you are like CJ and you are a Scrooge of the NBA preseason.
Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait. Just a second here. Don't say Scrooge of the NBA preseason. I am a Scrooge of all preseasons.
Okay,
of all
fair.
spring games.
A Scrooge of games that do not count.
There we go. There it is.
I, for one, can find meaning in something that doesn't count. Will the Grizzlies game against the Pistons tonight generally matter in the grand scheme of things? Absolutely not.
Wait, it's tonight?
It's tonight. Congratulations, CJ. Grizzlies Pistons tonight, 7 o'clock FedEx Forum. Be there or be square. I said the or was implied when I left here last Thursday before my little trip to New York City. I was out of town this weekend celebrating one of my best friend's weddings in New York, and it was very fun. But I did have a little bit of FOMO because Memphis seemed really fun this weekend. From the Grizzlies open practice here at FedEx Forum on Saturday afternoon, Memphis football getting its 6th win of the season at Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium. You had Mempho Fest going on. It just looked like a really fun weekend in the city, and we'll go chronologically through it, and we'll get to the Grizzlies' big preseason game against the Pistons tonight. Can you have a big preseason game? I don't think so, but, you know, I'll just fling some words over there. Anytime I have the opportunity to drive into this building in the morning, and there's somebody sitting in the security booth, because it's a game day, it feels big. This is the first time, I know that it doesn't count, but this is the first time that we will see some iteration of this iteration of the Memphis Grizzlies for the 2025-2026 season. All of the new faces, and that's what open practice is about too. In reviewing videos, pictures, everything that came out of open practice Saturday, like everything just exuded joy. And that's why I do love this time of year, because you can get a little high on hopium. You can think about perhaps people are underlooking this Memphis Grizzlies team this year and the opportunity to see what new faces like a Ty Jerome and a KCP or Jock Landell, can he be a sturdy presence in the front court as the Grizzlies battle these injuries early on. Cedric Coward, like the sky is the limit right now of what he can possibly be. Watching him do the dance battle with Javon Small, that's always one of the highlights of Grizzlies open practices. You have the rookie dance off. Now, Javon Small was able to use Ja Morant to his advantage, which, like, I don't want to say you're cheating in the rookie dance-off because, like, it's not cheating. It's just being really strategic. But getting Ja in the back there was good for Javon. And then Cedric Coward, I think this should be his celebration dance, CJ. I think this is what we should get from Cedric Coward all season. The confidence that anything you see from these dances that make you think, God,
Oh, he's jigging.
he's going to be a star.
Jiggle.
Look at him.
Look at that.
It's just so fun.
Yeah, open practice is supposed to be that, where it's a lot of energy. Well, it hasn't always been that here, because Lionel Hollins was making dudes actually practice at open practice. So it's like, all right, Lionel, we're not here to watch them do layup drills.
I saw somebody online on the internet had the actual take of, I went to open practice and I really would have liked to see more practice and how Coach Tomas Isolo runs a practice. And I'm like, no, the open practice is for the skills drills and the dances.
It was still Core 4, maybe 2013, 2014. I took a bunch of kids that I was working with at the time. It was like 8 of them, plus me and another grown-up. And we sat down and watched Lionel chew Rudy Gay, Tony Allen, and the rest of those dudes out at open practice for not doing the drill the right way. Like, Rudy Gay is behind Lionel. Lionel's talking to everybody, trying to explain what the drill is. Rudy Gay's trying to give some personality. Everybody's in there about to go to sleep. And Lionel looks up, makes eye contact. Rudy stops that immediately, and I think Lionel told him, because Rudy had his jersey on like a cape, and I think Lionel told him, hey, put your damn jersey on the right way. And Rudy put that jersey on, and they ran that drill. Lionel yelled at him for doing it wrong, made him do it again. Coach Hollins was not playing that. I was like, okay, I don't know. But this is what it's supposed to be, back on the now. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a chance for players to show fans their personalities, because that's what pulls a city in.
Yes.
That's what makes people fall in love with the franchise and the team. The players do that. And so getting to see the rookies go out there and put a smile on everybody's face dancing, seeing knockout and all of that, Jaren, John, the rest of them.
Oh, yeah.
That's always fun.
Jaren was active, it appeared, and everything that I saw, he was running out, being a part of the drills, participated in knockout. I know we have no official update if he will be ready for the season opener. But again, this is the time where you can dream, and I think you watch Jaren Jackson Jr. moving, and you think to yourself, there's a universe where he certainly plays opening night on October 22nd in this building. The smile on John Morant's face, it just was really fun to see. Like, exudes joy is what I found myself thinking, looking at the pictures of Ja, Jaren, the rest of this team. And that brings us to the game tonight. And, like, listen, I joke, it's a preseason game. You can choose to get up for a preseason game. I'm not going to hold it against you. If you cannot find it within your soul to care about preseason basketball. But there are things that I'm genuinely excited to see start to play out for this team. One of them is Cedric Coward. Like, I woke up realizing I was actually excited to see Cedric Coward play basketball tonight, because we haven't seen a lot of it, right? And to see him in a Grizzlies uniform, we didn't get to see him in Summer League. You see his jumper out of training camp, and you find yourself like just kind of tantalized by the opportunity of what Cedric Coward could be for this team as a rookie. Could he elevate that ceiling? All I want is for Cedric Coward, or anyone, I'm not just limiting it to him, I want someone to do something that makes me feel the way I felt watching Victor Wembanyama in a scrimmage, no less. It wasn't even an NBA preseason game. We're like taking it down on the rings. A scrimmage.
Wait, are they scrimmaging?
Spurs scrimmaging Spurs.
Are they scrimmaging at open practice?
They're scrimmaging at open practice.
So, okay,
or it's their annual scrimmage. Okay. I don't know how the whole thing works.
Were fans there?
There were fans there.
Okay, because I know some teams, I know some teams treat it like that. Like, hey, come out, watch these guys scrimmage.
Well, originally I thought they were scrimmaging like non-NBA players or one of the
like
teams
a G
from
League?
abroad, or
Yeah.
a G League is like NBA light, and I'm sure some of the people on the other side of the scrimmage are G League players or two-way players, whatnot. But this clip of Victor Wembanyama that went like crazy viral yesterday, where he looks taller. I think Victor Wembanyama grew, and he looks strong. And I don't care that it's against the third-string center for the San Antonio Spurs. I want somebody on the Grizzlies tonight to have a play.
Jessica.
It's not going to be the same because it's not Victor Wembanyama, who's a freak of nature.
Jessica.
What? It's not asking too much.
No, it's not, because
it's a scrimmage.
Whoever Victor did that to is not playing in the NBA, I don't believe. Throw it back up. Can we figure out who that guy is?
I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah,
I was trying while I was on the plane last night, and the Wi-Fi was bad.
Jessica.
But just watch it again. Watch it.
Jessica.
Boom.
Jessica. You can't be getting excited about stuff like this.
I can't.
No,
Life's too short.
No, it's not. Life is plenty long enough for us not to get excited about stuff like this.
Live a little.
No, we don't live that much.
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, God, how do you pronounce it?
Come on, let's do it.
See, Jacob, say it again. Mamu Kashvili.
Okay, is he playing in the NBA?
Sure.
All right. Okay. Come on, man. Come on.
Listen.
Don't get excited about. Listen, you get
Okay,
excited
if
about
I
what you
watch.
don't get too excited. Like, be careful. Be careful with your excitement. I understand. Get excited. That's fine.
If I watch
don't want to rain on anybody's
Ja
parade, but be
Morant
careful.
dunk on Jalen Duren tonight. Am I allowed to get excited? Just to see it.
Okay, we've seen seen him do that in games that mattered.
So?
All right.
It's the first time this season. We haven't had basketball in forever. I get thirsty. I am thirsty for the ball of the round ball rock. I saw that NBC promo last night while watching Sunday Night Football.
Which one?
For NBA on NBC. And
Is
I
there a
got
new? Is
really
it the one
excited.
where they're calling everybody out?
Well, they had like the crew there last night.
Okay.
Yeah, the one where they're calling everyone.
Gotcha.
And I had the music, and I was like, oh, we're so close, and we're not there yet because it's a preseason game tonight on October 6th.
My fear is, yes, be excited. Ja dunk on Jalen Duren. Like, be excited. My fear is something's going to happen, and you're going to be so excited, you're going to come in here and be like, CJ, listen, I don't want to say it on air.
Oh, you know.
But listen, I'm just saying.
I'm going to say the most reckless thing imaginable tomorrow.
The Grizzlies have a real chance, real potential. CJ, I'm just telling you.
The streets are saying.
They're probably going to go 82-0. I'm just saying. Streets are saying 82-0.
Please, I saved that one for when they win their first game, and then you say can't go 82-0 without winning number one. Oh my gosh. Can't go 82-0.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, I'll ask Gary. I'll see if Gary can get into the preseason at all when he joins us later on in this show and see what he's most looking forward to. But outside of open practice on Saturday, we had a game that really did count in the city, and that was the Memphis Tigers' big football win out at Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium over Tulsa. Memphis wins 45-7. Easy breezy, not a breezy bowl because he's not coming. But Memphis now 6-0. They have won 10 straight games. That is the longest winning streak in the country. They become the first bowl eligible team in college football this season. And they are now ranked in the AP Top 25, coming in at number 23. And they are 25th in the coaches poll. Yes, CJ, you got really excited.
If they win tonight, since it's such an important game, we get highlights?
No.
Okay.
You're asking too much. Please, I have a limit. I have a limit. We do not do preseason highlights. That's too much work for something that doesn't count.
Got it. Tigers 23.
23.
Look at that.
23. CJ and I are starting a new weekly segment on Mondays called The Football Weekend in 6 plays. So 6 plays from each of us to describe the football weekend. 3 in college football, 3 in NFL. We're workshopping the number. We're working on the breakdown between college and NFL. But it does feel very appropriate to start this new segment venture with what I think we can call the best catch that I have seen in college football this season. I think it is very valid to say this has been our best catch in college football this season, and it is courtesy of Memphis Tigers wide receiver Cortez Braham. When this crossed my timeline, I yelped. I wanted to show it to every person I was around. I wanted to make sure everyone saw Cortez Braham's one-handed wrap-around catch. Brendan Lewis says he thinks he caught it with 3 fingers. And when you see the slow-mo version right here, oh my God, this angle, great camera work by the University of Memphis video team. That is a hell of a catch. That is a beautiful thing. SportsCenter Top 10. Call it one of the catches of the year. It's the best catch I've seen this year. And just talk about someone who has been such a difference maker for Memphis. Like, this team's identity, they can run the ball, right? And like, they were running it all up and down Tulsa on Saturday night. But to have a player like Braham who has that big play ability is huge. And we've talked about the chemistry and the relationship between him and Brendan Lewis going back from Nevada, and when he gets here late going into the season, they already have that connection established. And I just think it's been so pivotal for this Memphis team. And now they're 6-0. They've won 6 games this season already. And I know it's Tulsa. It looked like the crowd there on Saturday was actually pretty solid. And now they go into a bye week, and then they have their game against UAB before what could be their next big one, which would be South Florida. South Florida needs to beat North Texas this week, because then we can start maybe actually thinking maybe College Game Day would pick Memphis. I don't know. That weekend, if you look at the schedule that weekend, it's the Ole Miss-Oklahoma game, which I think would be a tough one for Memphis, South Florida to get picked. But they both have to keep winning. That's the biggest thing. And Memphis would have to be undefeated going into that game. But shout out the Tigers. Shout out for them being in the driver's seat of being the representative from non-power conference college football playoff opportunity. That Braham catch was just unbelievable. I watched it 150 times over the weekend. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll get through our other top plays of the college football weekend that was the NFL 2. That Titans-Cardinals one is absolutely going to make an appearance. Gary Parrish will also join us ahead. We'll go back to the Grizzlies with him after a quick break.
I had dinner last night with Grizzlies head coach Tomas Isolo, and that was a pleasant experience. It is not hard to understand how a franchise could fall in love with the idea of him running the basketball team. If there would have been a camera on our conversation last night and I could just replay it for you, you would walk away incredibly impressed.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
Jeff Dunham. You're the other white meat.
Breazy, how can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it.
I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at natebargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Grizz Nation, don't foul out on dinner plans. Hit Sticks Express in downtown Memphis instead. Fresh hibachi, steak, shrimp, sushi tacos, and yes, our legendary sake slushie to keep things cool. Order online with code STIX901, STIX901, and knock 10% off your tab. It's the perfect pick and roll for game night. Sticks Express, fast, fresh, always a slam dunk. And hey, come see us at our Collierville location too.
Jaren Jackson has a message for y'all. Jaren, say it now.
What?
It's the best show in the world.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, Trip. When I showed up at the event last night, he goes, "You got the biggest show in the world." And I said, "No, I really don't." And he goes, "To me, you do. I see you every day." I asked him why he doesn't just walk up here, and he's like, "Because I don't want you to be able to prepare." I was like,
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Welcome back, welcome back. I got a message from our friend Teresa Walker during the break from the Associated Press. This is the first time in history that the state of Tennessee has had 3 teams ranked in the AP Top 25 at the same time, with Tennessee, Vanderbilt, and Memphis all in this week's AP Top 25. I'm not talking about the Vanderbilt loss. It really bummed me out. Really harshed my mellow on Saturday. Started so strong, weren't able to capitalize. All right, we're going to go through our 6 plays from the football weekend that described the football weekend that was. And we had the Braham catch for number 1 in terms of the biggest story coming out of college football this weekend. Give me Nico keeping it to himself and running it in to put UCLA up 24-7 over Penn State. It was one of Nico's 5 touchdowns from Saturday, and this play was the one I saw when I checked in on this game because I was in the middle of wedding duties and festivities, and I could not believe my eyeballs that UCLA was up 24-7 on Penn State. And then I thought certainly Penn State would still find a way to win the game. I did not believe there was a world where UCLA was going to beat Penn State. UCLA was 0-4, had fired their coach, had not held a lead at any point of the season thus far. And next thing I knew, UCLA became the first 0-4 team since 1985 to beat a top 10 opponent. I was with a lot of USC people this weekend. Even we were celebrating UCLA's win in this case, which is how you know UCLA is in bad shape because you don't view them as any sort of real threat. But you can get excited for the Little Dogs' big win over Penn State. And for Penn State to lose back-to-back weekends, the big one against Oregon and all the conversation that swirls about James Franklin not being able to win the big games. Well, now he wasn't able to win the worst of games. They were the preseason number 2 team. And I get this is why preseason rankings are diddly squat. And at this point in the season, like, you have to throw out the preseason rankings in their entirety. And that is why Penn State and Texas, which got upset by Florida over the weekend, both found themselves completely out of the AP Top 25, RIP preseason rankings. When you look at the wins of Penn State and Texas this season, they are Nevada, FIU, Villanova, San Jose State, UTEP, and Sam Houston. Those are some juggernauts. But not UCLA, because UCLA beat Penn State. It was crazy. The Jerry Neuheisel celebration was so good. The interim offensive coordinator gets carried off the field, Rudy style. He had never... Okay, it gets worse for Penn State. He had never called plays in a game before. He did not know how the headset worked. He said he was fumbling around with it throughout the game. And they just dissected Penn State. And Penn State's $3 million defensive coordinator had nothing to stop Nico. If you haven't seen the moment of Rick Neuheisel on the Fox broadcast on the studio show, watching his son Jerry have that moment, like Rick said, he had the dad goggles on, so he apologized to Penn State because there was absolutely nothing objective and down the middle about his reaction to that game. But he's getting emotional. I was emotional watching it. It was crazy. In terms of like a simulation of anything I expected could happen this weekend, that did not exist in 1,000 simulations.
And nor should it.
Yeah.
Nor should it. You want to I got it pulled up. You want to take a quick look at the AP Top 25 from the preseason?
Yes, please.
Well, you brought up Penn. I'm only looking at the bad team.
Okay.
So that's immediate. Texas and Penn State, 1-2. What's up with Clemson? Are they back ranked yet? Let's keep going down here. You've got South Carolina, Florida. What's going on with SMU and Kansas State? Are either of them?
SMU's at Kansas State's out.
Okay. At Kansas State, we've decided, okay, they're not what we thought they were.
Correct.
Also, I think SMU still might be decent. In Boise. So, yeah, preseason bowls.
Yeah,
Yay,
SMU lost to
bowl.
Baylor to start the season. And then they beat Syracuse pretty handedly this past week. But they also lost to TCU. So, no.
Yeah.
No.
So throw SMU in there.
Throw them in the mix.
So, again, when we get to this point next year, remember, CJ dislikes all preseasons, everything.
Preseason in its entirety.
Preseason in its entirety.
Oh, no. I just walked into that, didn't I?
Yes.
Oh, no. The preseason doesn't matter. Ah!
But if you're not going to do highlights for it, like, you listen, enough said.
I saw someone in the chat was like, I do not need to see John Morant dunking in a preseason game. And then I was like, you know what? Neither do I.
But if you see it,
but I'd be excited if I saw it.
You know,
it's how it works. All right, my last one from the college football weekend was.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yep, your last
right.
one.
The Carson Beck to Malachi Toney flea flicker in the first half of the Miami-Florida State game. Ooh, Carson, Malachi, money. This was not a close game, even though the final score was 28-22. Miami dominated this game. I think Malachi Toney might be my favorite player in college football right now. He is electric. Do you know how old he is?
Gosh, listen, I think that he should be in high school still.
Oh, he's 17.
Yeah, I think
We've got another 17-year-old
He should be going to prom.
He had a play called back on what would have been just like a stupid-looking 50-yard touchdown. He is so good for being 17 years old, and I know we did this with Ryan Williams, but this is what we do with young skill players in college football. Is Carson Beck the best quarterback in college football right now?
Yes, definitively.
You said it definitively.
Definitively. If there's a better one, I'd like to hear the names. I think you could say Dante Moore up in Oregon. I'm partial to Tate Reed at Texas A&M.
I'm partial to Marcel Reed, right?
Marcel Reed.
I like Ty Simpson at Alabama.
Ty Simpson, if that.
But that's my upper tier at this point.
Yeah.
In the season. Miami's resume at this point: beat Notre Dame, beat South Florida, beat Florida State. That's 3 wins over top 25 teams. And again, we can say early season rankings, preseason rankings are a little shoddy, but I have been very impressed with this Miami team.
And Miami just talent from the quarterback to the skill position. And then on the defensive side of the ball, with those 2 defensive ends and that defensive front is able to do the havoc they're able to wreak on people, it's pretty damn impressive also. Miami feels like a really good team. And if we were doing, you did it with quarterback, and I think whoever the best quarterback is probably the Heisman favorite. So I think that makes Carson Beck Heisman favorite. I think this Miami team is definitely in that tier 1 team who we could expect to see playing for a national championship when it's all said and done.
Okay, your first play from the college football weekend.
Let's stay with some disappointing teams. Let's go with Texas.
Let's stay with the quarterback conversation.
Talking about quarterbacks and Heisman trophies and teams that are supposed to be good and things like that. I think Texas is a good team. I don't think they have a particularly great quarterback. Look at this throw from Arch Manning, just straight to the safety. Straight to the safety over the middle of the field. Dude was breaking open. There was a guy on him. Sure, I understand that. But Arch threw it high. Arch threw it behind. Arch is not that good of a quarterback. And they told us Arch was a second coming. They told us Arch was great. Look at the replay.
But we should have believed the first round where they told us Arch was not good enough to usurp Quinn Ewers.
Just over dude's head. But that happens.
Right.
There's an upperclassman and an underclassman, and the underclassman needs to
But maybe you don't make
some.
someone the second coming if the younger classman is not. If you're the second coming, you get to the point where you're so undeniable that you end up getting to play.
That's what happened with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
I got you. Oh boy.
Meanwhile,
what a loss by Texas.
Billy Napier holds on yet again. This man is a cat. He's gonna have the 800 lives of somehow cooling off the hot seat enough because you get some big upset wins along the way. I was happy for DJ Lagway. They've gotten a lot of their receivers back healthy, and they do look like a different team. I'm not saying Florida should be more respected. I think they're Goldilocks level respected right now. You beat Texas. That's a big win, a necessary win from a feeling standpoint. But yikes, the Arch Manningness of it all is bad.
Yeah, but Arch went in there to Florida and did what all the Mannings do, and that's lose.
It's in the blood.
That's hereditary. So maybe that's a part of this also, where they just got some allergy, some aversion to beating the Florida Gators. I don't know, but that's video number 1 for me. Video number 2, back on the Heisman Trophy thing, non-quarterback skill position players who I think can win this Heisman. Smith up there in Columbus, unfortunately, for Ohio State. Yep. He had Ohio State routed, just throttled Minnesota as well they should. You're supposed to be good. You got to beat the hell out of a team like that. And he had 2 more touchdowns. He is now 10th all-time in Ohio State history in touchdown receptions. He is also one of the
I think he's top 15 in receiving yards per game. He is also top 10 in receiving touchdowns per game as well. That's somebody who I think might very well be there in New York with his name called when time comes to get the Heisman.
And your last play?
My last play. What the hell are we doing? Just, what are we doing?
I know where you're going with this.
Why are we storming the field after beating 15? What is going on with this? Why are you Cincinnati?
I can no longer have
Cincinnati.
I stormed the field with Memphis after the Arkansas win.
That is a group of beating a power.
Okay.
Thank
you. You're making me feel better.
Fine. But if you are Cincinnati and you're beating a conference mate, that is your peer, and that peer is 15, not 1. That peer is not running you like Florida State ran the ACC in the 90s. That team isn't running you the way that Oklahoma way back when was running the Big 8 or the Southwest, excuse me, right? Like, that's not that. That's just Iowa State. And y'all are on the field like, yeah, we did it. We accomplished something important and major. After almost blowing that, you didn't watch that. So as Penn State is unraveling against UCLA, I'm between the Michigan game and this game. Because, like, okay, I want to see what's going on over here. Iowa State is up 30, like 31 to 7, 31 to nothing at half. And they only won 30 to 38. They almost blew that, and now their fans are on the field celebrating for beating Iowa State. How many championships does Iowa State have? Never mind that. That's too much. I don't want anybody doing any extensive research. Tell me, since 2000, how many national championships does Iowa State have? None? Great. What the hell are you doing? This isn't some football power. This isn't some pillar of excellence in college football. This is your conference mate and number 15 in the nation.
They were undefeated.
Y'all are just undefeated.
They were down. They were down their 2 starting corners.
The season just started. What do you mean everybody's undefeated at this point in the season?
In comparison, did you see the UCLA field storming?
I missed that.
There were some.
Was anybody there?
It was a smattering of people. It was very sweet. We'll see it in Hot Mess Express later. A security guard missed tackling a small child. She beat him. Kept going. It was fantastic. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let's do one NFL play, and then we'll take a break. We'll get to Gary, and then we'll do the rest of the NFL on the other side of GP. But I wanted to make sure we got this one nice and early because...
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. If Jacob can find it, show me App State storming the field against 0-6 Oregon State.
No.
Jacob is saying that App State stormed the field
this
against
weekend?
0-6 Oregon State.
No.
That's what Jacob is telling me. If Jacob can find it, I'd love to see it so I can make fun of them also.
Way.
But again, that is in the most technical of technical terms. That is group of against power.
Yeah, sure.
But
technically.
Technically.
Historically.
Technically. Like technically.
And Oregon State did fire their coach.
When?
This weekend.
Well.
As a result of that happening, apparently.
You can't be 0-6, 0-7 losing to App State and expect to keep your job.
Wait, turn off the music so we can do this appropriately before we get to Gary. Our first NFL play from the weekend that was. Because we have to stick with Team Tennessee. And it's been too long since we've been able to talk about a Tennessee Titans win.
Oh my gosh.
And the last quarter of the Titans-Cardinals game yesterday was one of the most silly goose quarters of football that I have ever watched with my own eyeballs. And this yakety sax ass play was the worst play I have ever seen. With the Titans down 21-12, Cam Ward picked, but then this ball lived a whole life. Because from the interception, the ball was fumbled, the ball was bumbled, the ball ultimately recovered in the end zone by Tyler Lockett. 2 turnovers in one play, ending with a touchdown. That was so stupid. I was in the bathroom at the airport, and I came back, and my husband had the silliest grin on his face. And he just goes, you have to look at what I just sent you from the Titans game. You need to go see it immediately. And that was the play. Shout out Tyler Lockett for I believe that was his first touchdown as a Tennessee Titan. And what a way to get one. I also could have gone with the DeMarcado fumble crossing the goal line because it was 21-6 at that point. And there's a still shot, like a screen grab of him where he's like 3 feet in front of the corner chasing him down. And in your head, if you only saw that screenshot, you'd be like, oh, the Cardinals went up 28-6. There is no fathomable way that this ended in any way other than the Cardinals going up 28-6 at the start of the fourth quarter. And instead, he wasted a 72-yard touchdown run. And we have to make the punishment for this worse because this is an epidemic and we need to stop it. We've had 2 of these in the NFL this season, and that is too many. So bad.
Yeah. In general, I don't like fumbles out of the end zone resulting in loss of possession and the other team getting the ball at the 20. But if it is this, I'm with you. You should lose possession. The other
team should get 7 points.
The other team should be at the very least able to kick a field goal.
I agree.
Kick a field goal from their 30.
Yeah.
And then they get the ball at the 20. Because if you're just...
We have to stop.
You got to run through the damn end zone. Why are you trying to let go of the football? Cross the second white line. So you run through that first white line, cross the second white line, and then let go of the football. What the hell are you doing? The game flipped in that moment.
Yes. It was like the football gods...
So, okay, this team isn't serious.
Parted the clouds.
They don't want it.
And said... Somehow the Arizona Cardinals are a less serious football organization than the Tennessee Titans right now, and we must bless the Titans and smite the Cardinals.
Yeah.
And it all went downhill from there. But that, what are we calling it? The pick, fumble, touchdown, the
pick,
pumble
fumble,
down.
recovery for a touchdown.
Pumble every down
Yeah.
was just the stuff of legends.
Never seen that
I
before.
can't say I've ever seen that before. I
Never
was
seen
happy
that.
for Cam Ward. Cam Ward, that last drive was excellent. And the completion to Calvin Ridley, where Calvin Ridley is calling for the ball, and nice ball from Cam Ward, finds him, sets him up for what would be game-winning field goal. And Cam Ward, the camera comes on him, and it's a close-up, and you just see him, let's go! And the relief on that man's face that Calvin Ridley caught that ball, and they were having that moment, and they were on the cusp of winning an actual football game and not going over this season. Shout out Team Tennessee.
Oh, what an epic
down
collapse.
18. Oh, no.
I know they're not.
No, this is not real.
All right, you're supposed to be excited about winning football games. Like you
okay, that's a
this
locker
stuff
room.
is
I don't
fine.
see where's the fans?
Oh, there they go. No, they can't be on the field. Whatever the fine is, double it. You can't have fans on the field after beating Oregon State. That is unacceptable. Not Oregon State this year. That can't be happening. You can't be storming the field on winless teams.
Yeah, that's where we draw
like
a
winless
pretty,
teams.
You know
you
me. My line is a squiggly line when it comes to field storming, but I have to keep it like pretty sharpied at winless team. You cannot storm. I don't care if it's your rival. I don't care if they beat you 50-0 the last time you played. You cannot storm the field against a team that has 0 wins. Unless they did it ironically.
If last year if Alabama was winless last year and Vanderbilt still beat them, then I think you can storm it. Like it has to be.
Okay, now the line is squiggly again.
No. It has to be. You have to have not beaten said team and played said team every year for 30 years, and then no matter what, you can storm the field if they were once good.
All right, we'll take a quick break. Gary Parrish is going to join us on the other side. We'll talk to him about the Grizzlies' big preseason game tonight, the Tigers, and more with GP after a quick break.
You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Classes full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds. GBWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can, only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Jaren Jackson has a message for y'all. Jaren, say it now.
What?
It's the best show in the world.
Yeah, Trip. When I showed up at the event last night, he goes, "You got the biggest show in the world." And I said, "No, I really don't." And he goes, "To me, you do. I see you every day." I asked him why he doesn't just walk up here, and he's like, "Because I don't want you to be able to prepare." I was like,
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
I had dinner last night with Grizzlies head coach Tomas Isolo, and that was a pleasant experience. It is not hard to understand how a franchise could fall in love with the idea of him running the basketball team. If there would have been a camera on our conversation last night and I could just replay it for you, you would walk away incredibly impressed.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Welcome back. It is Monday. That means it's time to catch up with Gary Parrish, host of the Gary Parrish Show. Weekday mornings at 10 a.m. on Grind City Media. He joins us every Monday. He joins us now. GP, how you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
It's a Grizzlies game day.
It is a Grizzlies game day. You enjoyed New York City?
I had a great time in New York City. I enjoyed a nice delay at LaGuardia
I've done that.
last night. But you know what? That LaGuardia airport.
It's beautiful now.
It's the most beautiful airport
It went
I
from
could get stuck in.
worst big city airport to one of the best. It's really nice now.
Yeah, and the Delta Club at the LaGuardia Airport, one of the best.
I know them all by name.
But even just, they have reclining seats, not in the club, in the normal terminal.
Oh, it's a nice setup.
I'm like, you could actually sleep in here if you had to.
I've slept at LaGuardia.
Have you ever been on a plane?
Yes.
Question for you. I wasn't expecting to ask you this, but now I'm going to. You travel often.
Yes.
Frequent flyer.
Yes. Million miler, if you don't mind.
Humble brag.
Yeah. Just means you're an absentee father. It's not anything to brag about. Just means you're not a good parent.
Do you ever get flight anxiety?
No.
Ever?
No.
Okay, never.
Never.
Have you ever heard something on a plane that has concerned you from the sound that the plane makes?
No, but I've had some scary moments on a plane.
Okay.
We've done in Charlotte one time, landing and then jerk it back up.
Those. Fake landing.
Yeah, it did jerk back up because too windy or something. We were overrunning. We were bouncing, and so you don't expect that, and that was just alarming for a second. Then you realize what's happening. If we're just going to go back up, make a circle, try it again. It's fine. The one where I was like, man, this doesn't seem okay. We were going to New York, Big East tournament. This is when Aiden was a baby, so I mean we might be talking 15, 20 years ago. Kelly and Aiden are both with me, and we're going to New York, and we can't land. It's thunderstorms real bad, and we're just circling the city, and the turbulence is so bad, the plane is popping, like bouncing.
Yep.
People start throwing up in the bags, and that triggers other people. I'm not exaggerating. I don't know how many people were on the plane. Let's say 200. I would say 75 of the people on the plane threw up. Like it becomes.
And it smells like throw up.
Yes, and so I'm not feeling the things other people are feeling, but I'm about to get sick just because of the smell and the sound. Bouncing like this. Finally, we got to get out of here. We're running out of fuel or something.
Yeah.
They take us to Pittsburgh, and they say, get off the plane, but stay close by because when we see a window, we're going to go back. Get off the plane, hour later, back on the plane, back to New York, same thing. Circling, bouncing, people getting sick again, back to Pittsburgh, stayed the night in Pittsburgh. I never felt like we were going to die, but I felt like this is uncomfortable. Like clearly these pilots have got to even be a little uncomfortable because we've been circling a major city for hours, it felt like, and going back and forth to Pittsburgh.
And not finding a window.
Yeah, and they couldn't find the window they were looking for. That must make them uneasy on some level. Yeah. So that's just a memory I have where this is not going the way it was supposed to go. And if I remember correctly, it literally cost me these delays. The famous 6 overtime Big East tournament game. Yeah. Syracuse and Devendorf and all that. I was supposed to. That's the game I was supposed to be at.
And you missed it.
Yes.
Because you were stuck with people vomiting in the
right.
sky.
Yes.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
We were delayed about an hour last night. Mechanical on original plane, so they got a different plane coming in. And I have grown to. I grew up on airplanes. My mom was a flight attendant. My dad traveled a lot, and so from the time I was little, I was flying. But I didn't develop flight anxiety until I was in my 20s. Right. It was an adult onset flight anxiety, and I deal with it pretty well. But sometimes it'll hit, and noises really trigger me because I've been on so many airplanes. If I hear something I've never heard before, in my head, I have flown so much that certainly something is really wrong if I'm hearing new sounds. Right. And we go to take off yesterday. I can't describe the sounds that are. Chris and I are in the exit row, favorite place to sit, and it's going pop, 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 crack, 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 crack. And Chris looks at me, he goes, is that normal? And Chris is steady Eddie. He's the one always, don't be so anxious. We're up, we're down, we're going to be okay. And it gets to the point where it stops, we level out, hit cruising altitude, flight attendant's coming down to do snacks, and Chris goes, I think I need to say something to the flight attendant about the sounds that we heard at takeoff. What? And I go, have you been sitting here worried about this the whole time? And he goes, kind of. And I was like, wow, you're concerned. Now I'm 1,000% more concerned.
See, now if I would have been there, I would have stepped in and said, if it was a concerning thing, they would know before you knew.
That's what we think. And so he told the flight attendant, and I was very proud of him. He goes, I just want you to know about these sounds that were happening on this plane.
And they said, do you want pretzels or cookies? What do you want? Shut up.
Cheez-Its, Sun Chips, or cookies. But they did have options to buy a giant bag of Dots pretzels or Nerds gummy clusters, which I had never seen on a Delta flight before, but I was all for it. Anyway, apparently it was something, she said it was something with the door.
Of course.
And the whatever. I'm like, I've sat in a lot of exit seats, and I've never heard the door make those sounds. But it does make you feel better because she says if there was something wrong with the door, an alarm would start going off. But still, as we make our descent, it starts doing it again, and I was like, what if this is it?
Yeah, see here.
What if I never get to see the first Grizzlies preseason game of the 2025-2026 season?
You wouldn't even know. It'd just be over, I think.
I would hope it would be fast.
You wouldn't even know. It's just lights out.
Is it?
I don't know. I don't think we know. I think people have theories on what, but I don't have a theory that I hold on to strongly. Okay. But I can imagine it's just like it's just like lights out, right?
You're saying I wouldn't even have the time to process?
Wait, Gary, wait. Jessica's gone.
Yeah.
Now her body is ascending up to be judged, St. Peter and the gates and everything. And on her way up, she's like, oh, no, Grizzlies preseason.
I guess that's how it could go, too.
Somebody tell me if the Grizzlies are going to beat the Pistons.
I suppose it's possible that's the way it works. I don't know.
I got to be honest. I care a little bit more about Wicked Part 2. That's what I'm living for at this point in time, so I'd be really bummed to miss that. But yeah, you're right. It'd probably be okay. Good reminder, though.
Yes.
The people in the planes.
That's right.
The workers in the planes, the flight attendants, the pilots. They're in so many airplanes all the time.
Yes.
They know, absolutely.
Of course. That's why I think of it just practically. Like anytime I want to.
Anytime yet my brain becomes unpractical.
Here's where I'm at on flying. Commercial flying.
Yes.
Like I am at a point now. I've been on private little planes before. Like I don't mean it like that. I only say that to set it up for this. I won't do that anymore.
Like you're out of the PJ life.
That's how kind of rich people die.
Yeah.
That's how kind of rich people die.
I don't disagree with that.
I want to. If you're not rich enough to have Taylor Swift's plane or Kylie Jenner's plane, I'll fly Delta. Okay. I don't want your little propellers. It's cute, but that's.
I don't want your little propellers.
That's how families of four die. Stop. That's how families of four die in Byhalia. All right. So I don't need that. But commercial flying.
Yes.
Here's where I'm at.
Okay.
So many the odds of something bad happening are so minuscule.
Knock on wood, please.
It's just think of all the planes that are in the air right now.
I'm aware. I have these conversations
and
with myself.
Nothing's
going to
happen today.
Exercises.
Nothing's going to happen today.
Yeah. But except then there's the one day,
and then
they come in threes.
Yeah.
So if one of them has happened,
I understand that you can.
I
understand that things can go wrong on a commercial airline. I just think that the likelihood of something going wrong in your life is dramatically bigger almost everywhere else. Almost everywhere else.
Let's try to extend this metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
In the preseason,
sure,
the odds of something dramatic and bad happening are small. They're there, but you want to have a smooth flight.
Sure.
You want to take off and land with as little eventful action as possible while still finding reasons to be optimistic.
That's right.
What are you looking for in the Grizzlies preseason game against the Pistons?
Nothing unique. I guess I'm interested in seeing what the front court looks like in the absence of Zach Edey, Brandon Clark, and presumably Jaren Jackson as well. So how do they start? What do the rotations look like after that? What does Jock Landale look like? Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Obviously, it's our first look at Cedric Coward. And this isn't like... And Mavericks fans get their first look at Cooper Flagg. Like, Mavericks fans watch Cooper Flagg. They've watched him in the NCAA tournament. They watched him at the Champions Classic. They watched him in the ACC. We haven't seen Cedric Coward play basketball. I mean, at this point, I think most Grizzlies fans have probably pulled up a YouTube video. But you are lying, probably, if you say, yeah,
I watched a whole game.
You're not telling the truth. I cover college basketball for a living.
You didn't watch Eastern Washington, Idaho?
I did not. I've never seen Cedric Coward play a basketball game. Sit down and watched it. So that, and then just, it's your first look in this season of Ja Morant, and given that he's one of the most talented and famous and celebrated basketball players in the world, that's an opportunity to see that as well. So yeah, all of that stuff.
Can you find yourself caring about the preseason at all, or are you like CJ, where you just want to fast forward and get to the regular season?
I'm a fast forward guy. Okay. Yeah, I don't get caught up in the results.
Yeah,
and even like NFL.
If anyone's crying over a loss tonight,
but even like NFL preseason stuff, I don't watch that. I think NBA preseason is a little different than NFL because the players are going to be on the court. We're going to see the people who we're going to be watching in the regular season. But no, if I could hit fast forward and get us to the 22nd. Yeah. I'd be ready to do that.
But we can't, so I force myself to try to care as much as humanly possible. But I'm with you. There's new faces. Right. It's a new head coach. Right. I know he was here last year, but it was a brief interim period and a tricky situation for him to come into. And now this is the first opportunity to start seeing these things really play out.
And start to see the stuff that he has implemented. Right. Because even with the coaching change, not much was going to be able to change in the middle of a season. And I think Thomas Islo, if he didn't straight say it, certainly suggested it. There's only so much we can put in at this point in the season. It is what it is. Yes. We don't have any practices. We're playing, flying, playing, flying. We're gonna get through this, however we get through it, and then the off season will be where I put more of my fingerprints on this thing. And so that off season has happened. Tonight will be the first look at that. We've heard all about this. Ball screen heavy offense. Well, what does it look like? Let's see it. Because that's the other thing about training camp. We get to read about it, but we don't really see anything. Right. Tonight we see stuff for the first time. I guess that's my biggest thing to look forward to. When we come back in here tomorrow, we will be talking about things we've seen.
Yes.
And it's been a long time when we're discussing the Grizzlies, we've been able to talk about things that we've seen. It's just things we've heard, things we've read, but not things we've seen.
With our own eyes.
With our own eyes.
Are you going to be there?
Tonight, I got football practice, I got baseball practice, and I've got golf practice.
All right.
You
got 3 home games this week. Will you be at any Grizzlies preseason
I'm going to Chicago.
Oh, God.
Later on this week. It all sort of coincides, When NBA season gets started, my schedule kicks up.
Off.
So, I'm pulled in a lot of different directions right now, and we'll probably stay that way till April and May.
Do you feel preemptively tired?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right now.
You're like Taylor Swift. She's tired.
Yeah.
Did you hear her say that?
I did not hear her say that. I saw the clips. Tired. I saw clips from. Listen.
And she should be.
She should be.
4 albums in however many years it's been, 2 albums in 2 years,
Yeah.
the biggest tour of all time in the Eras Tour. Take a break.
Yeah, I just got to, write little basketball columns.
And now she's planning a wedding.
Not love songs about my fiance's.
And getting her back blown out. So she's got the tour. She's dropped 4 albums in 4 years. She's planning a wedding.
Shocking content. We're trying to keep things
Taylor
up here.
Swift, Travis Kelce,
Stop.
according to her,
Stop.
is putting that work in.
She is Shakespeare, and she said it in a much more effective way. Did you listen to the album?
Of course.
Did you like the album?
I liked it fine. It sounded, I don't mean this even as a criticism.
That's okay.
12 songs. I know I had never heard any of them before last Thursday night. It felt like I knew all those songs. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
It felt like every one of these songs sounds familiar, but I know they're all new.
Okay.
But they sound like I've heard them before. And so it just sounded like 12 upbeat Taylor Swift songs, mostly. Sound like 12 Taylor Swift pop songs, and that's fine. She's good at that. But like, do I anticipate it being album of the year? It'll be the best-selling album of the year, but critically acclaimed like that, I don't know that that's it.
Yeah.
But she seems happy. She seems...
And that's a hard thing, too, to separate sales success, influence success.
Yes.
Because
They're all different things.
It's not a question of who is the most influential artist in the world, who is the highest selling artist in the world, who is the most listened to
But
artist
who's making the best art?
world.
Those are two different things.
Exactly.
Like McDonald's sells the most hamburgers.
Correct. And they're not the best
They don't have the
hamburgers
best
in world.
hamburgers. They
No.
just sell a lot of them for whatever reason. And so she will sell more things than anybody.
Correct.
But I don't, the album didn't strike me as some classic album, and I don't think it's being reviewed that way either. But it does sound like an album from a woman who is at a interesting and fun place in her
She's
life.
happy.
She seems happy, she seems in love, and she seems loved. And she wrote 12 songs that I think illustrate that.
Yeah, the little Opalite song.
Yeah.
I'll be completely transparent. I listened to the album on my flight to New York
Sure.
on Friday morning, and I wanted, going into this album, I really wanted to love it. I did. I wanted to have kind of a resurgence of my adoration in Taylor Swift. I really appreciated her appearance on the New Heights podcast when she sat down with Travis and Jason Kelce, and I've always been fascinated by her and respected her greatly in her quest of greatness. But I haven't been a super fan. Despite TMZ labeling me Swiftie Jessica Benson when I predicted she would do the Super Bowl halftime show, that is not something I have self-identified as. And I was bummed listening to the album. And then later that afternoon, I'm walking through New York City, and what happens? I'm humming along to that Opalite song. And that's what you can guarantee, no matter what, and that is a sign of a successful artist.
Right.
She will always have some great hook in a song
She's the best
that
at
will
that.
stick with you,
Yeah.
and you will find yourself, you might not love the album, and I didn't, but I think I really liked that song, and I will probably keep coming back to that song. And then I watched the music video for I don't even know the name of it, The Fall of Ophelia, the first song on the album, the one with Ophelia, the rewrite of Ophelia.
Sure.
And I was like, this music video is better than the whole album,
Right.
in my opinion. So you can have fluctuating ideas. People get so stuck on either you like Taylor Swift or you don't.
Right.
And there's not a whole lot of room for nuance in the conversation.
Right.
But like, that's art, you know?
Yeah, I obviously recognize the talent.
Yeah.
I don't drive around listening to her a lot, but the Lover album I really liked. 1989 I really liked. Various songs here or there. I'm like, and she's clearly gifted, like uniquely gifted at writing these songs.
Yes.
She's very good at it. Are they the greatest? Is it confusing to me on some level how she became everything she has become? Yes, although I've read enough about it and listened enough about it I know all the theories. One of them being that she pulls from different generations in ways that most artists never do. There are 60-year-old
genres.
Yeah, there are every genre, you know, and every generation. She could pull 60-year-olds, and you go to Taylor Swift concert, you're going to see 60-year-olds and you're going to see 6-year-olds, and that's not true at most things. So I don't know that she is the greatest artist of a generation, but she's the biggest artist of a generation, and she, whether you love it or not, you have to acknowledge
She's
that
undeniable.
she is undeniable.
Right.
And those songs stick with you. Even if I go, that's not a great song, it'll stick with you. She's the hook she writes and the way she's able to put these things together with the help of producers and whatever. She's got it. She's a pro. She's really good at it.
I am curious if we will get our next great music beef back and forth, diss track on diss track,
Right.
because Charlie XCX posted that she was in the studio this weekend coming off of the song on Taylor's album where she, I don't want to say goes after, but calls out Charlie XCX, which is a fair way to put it.
Do you think that's fair, what she did? Do you think it's okay?
I don't love it. Personally, it's not my favorite thing in the world. I was with a lot of friends this weekend, and we're in our 30s now, and we had a lot of conversations about not having time for high school drama, and you can never. I don't want to speak broadly because some people do have dramatic things that happen and deal with petty people and whatnot. But us personally, we were so grateful to have just some true friendship that kind of puts the rest of that to the side, and we can just appreciate the times where we get to spend with each other. And when I heard that lyric, I was like, and I had seen the commentary going in because it gets leaked the day before. I was like, was it necessary?
It felt like punching down a little to me.
I just didn't think it was necessary.
Like that younger woman might be insecure around you, or you've made her feel a certain way, whether you realize it or not. But like at her core, I bet you that she looks up to her on some level.
Yeah, and I think she was very vulnerable. Charlie XCX was very vulnerable in her past album.
Yeah, I was not even familiar with that song and the meaning behind it, but I went back and listened to it, and it sounded more of a self-critique than more of a Taylor Swift critique.
It did not feel like a diss track. It felt like wow, this is why I'm the way I am, and this is one of my deepest insecurities in this industry, and let me kind of put it in this.
Yeah, like if I were advising Taylor Swift, I'd have said, maybe we just leave her alone. Yeah. Like, everybody loves you right now. You don't need to do something to make people think you're being a bully or punching down or whatever. I would advise, we don't need to do this.
Yeah.
But whatever,
What's the difference in this interaction and when rappers do it? Because it happens all the time in rap where, all right, somebody has a throwaway line or a throwaway verse and they mention somebody else, and then that other person's like, okay, well, now I've got to react to this.
I would argue that the difference would be in hip hop, that's just been a part of it forever. Like it goes back decades and decades and decades. It's sort of part of the sport. The sport of hip hop is like that's all part of it. Whereas this feels like it's not necessarily part of the genre, and this is the biggest star in the world.
In my opinion, that's what plays the biggest role in this. This is such a simple example, but growing up knowing that Carly Simon wrote You're So Vain about, why can't I think of his name at the moment, but her ex.
Yes.
And I thought that was fun.
Right.
And there's moments in music history, and it's not always relationship based, but where you do have either pop or alt rock or rock and roll in general that is going into drama and beef, and this one is because it is the biggest artist in the world.
Right.
There is such a heaviness of like the evaluation of your lyrics and how people will talk about it and how they are perceived and then what the conversation drives forward. And so for me, it just was unnecessary. That's what it comes down to.
It felt.
But then I check myself and I'm like, am I just saying this because like we're talking about two women in the pop space and maybe it is fine. I don't know.
Like here's the thing. Maybe she deserved it. Maybe if you knew everything that this younger woman had done behind the scenes and blah, 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 and said this about Taylor and did this to Taylor, like maybe it's like, maybe she deserved it. So I guess, to circle back to the original question, perhaps I don't know enough about it to have a strong opinion.
Did we learn nothing from Mark Sanchez over the weekend? You gotta wait and get some details before you make overwhelming opinions.
Woo.
Where was your tweet in support of Mark Sanchez?
I stayed out of it. I don't feel like the world needs to see everything I think about
But even
everything.
right now, you want to know what's going through my head?
But here's the thing. That song's been out 3 days, and I feel like I've heard it 40,000 times.
I swear, I walked into the airport on Friday morning, and they were playing the album in the newsstand, and I was like,
but here's what I mean.
The new Taylor Swift album.
I mean, when I listened to it the first time, I felt like I'd heard it 50 times.
Her ability, and with the producing group that she worked with on this, Max Martin, and I always forget the other guy's name, but like they're pop heads. Like they make good pop beats, and she writes good hooks.
Right.
And that has great value.
Well, if you think of it like a job, and I know she has referred to it, I don't mean it like it's a normal job, but like if it's your job to sit down and, I don't know, I'm just thinking, do somebody's taxes. You're an accountant. It's your job to sit down and do the taxes. Like, that's what I'm doing today, and I know how to do this. Well, that's the way songwriting is for her.
Yeah.
She can sit down and it's like, it's time to do my job. I'm going to make this thing. and she's
I'm gonna make an earworm.
she's one of the best at it, if not the best at it.
All right, GP.
All right.
Thanks for joining
I'll
us.
see you
I
later.
won't see you at the preseason game, but I'll see you on
I'll
your
be
show.
there in spirit.
We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll wrap up our plays that defined the football weekend. We'll do the rest of the NFL slate. There were some WNBA finals games this weekend. Hot Mess Express. We will talk about Mark Sanchez. All that and more when we come back.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
You're the other white meat.
Breazy, how can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it.
I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at natebargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Jaron Jackson has a message for y'all. Jaron, say it now.
What?
It's the best show in the world.
Yeah, Trip. When I showed up at the event last night, he goes, "You got the biggest show in the world." And I said, "No, I really don't." And he goes, "To me, you do. I see you every day." I asked him why he doesn't just walk up here, and he's like, "Because I don't want you to be able to prepare." I'm like,
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
I had dinner last night with Grizzlies head coach Tomas Isolo, and that was a pleasant experience. It is not hard to understand how a franchise could fall in love with the idea of him running the basketball team. If there would have been a camera on our conversation last night and I could just replay it for you, you would walk away incredibly impressed.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Welcome back. Continuing on with our 12 plays that defined the football weekend. And we did our first from the NFL slate, which was Titans, Cardinals, and all of that madness. My second was the failed Hail Mary at the end of the Broncos-Eagles game, because at the time, it eliminated another team from the pursuit of a perfect season in the Philadelphia Eagles. It was so close to actually being caught at the end of this game, where the Broncos came back down 14. They're up on the Eagles. One last shot at the end zone from Jalen Hurts, and he almost got it, but they don't. So they can't have a perfect season. The Bills would lose later in the evening on Sunday Night Football, so they can't have a perfect season. And cheers to the 1972 Dolphins team that will remain one of the greatest feats that we've ever seen in sports. Their undefeated season lives to see another year where no one else can chase that quest for greatness. It was a surprising comeback for the Broncos in that game, having watched a good portion of it. But shout out Bo Nix, made some big throws, made some big plays where it mattered, and the Broncos defense continues to be one of the things that they'll obviously be able to rest upon this season. As for the Eagles, do you feel any worse about the Eagles today than you did before they lost that game yesterday?
No, they've
or
got
any differently, I guess I would say.
No, it's always been the same thing.
They
with
are
the
who
Eagles.
they are.
They've got to figure out a way to be a bit more explosive on the offensive side of the ball. Be that getting A.J. Brown the ball in space and letting him go to work, Saquon in space and letting him go to work, Devontae Smith downfield. They've got to find ways to not get bogged down during games, right? Like, they get off to pretty good starts, and they got off to a really good start against the Broncos, and then they just kind of sort of just stalled out there. And when you do that, if you're, instead of it being a 3-score game, if it's a 2-score game, instead of it being 2 touchdowns, it's a 10-point game, you know, you're leaving the door open to somebody like a Bo Nix being able to come in and take over a quarter. Yeah. And that's what Bo Nix did in the fourth quarter. Really impressive. 3 drives, all 3 of them resulted in scores. I think it was 11 for 12 or something like that. Completion, 170-some yards, if I remember correctly. Like, you allow for it to be within striking distance, and then all somebody has to do is get hot at the right moment and strike. And Bo Nix did that. On the other side of things, right, the Cowboys against the Jets, they just stepped on them. They're like, no, we are not letting you into this game. We are not going to sit back and play field position, time of possession with you. We're going to score every chance that we get. And you look up, and now they're up 30, and it's okay. No matter what happens in this fourth quarter, the Jets aren't going to be able to come back. And I wish the Eagles had a bit more of that in them.
Unless you're Titans, Cardinals, and you've been smited.
Well, the Titans and the Cardinals did the same thing, where the Cardinals got off to a really good start, and then some of that is Kyler Murray left the game, and then they just said, okay, we're good, we're fine. And if my man doesn't just fumble the ball through the end zone,
they are fine.
Just stop to celebrate at the 1.5-yard line and celebrate 2 yards into the end zone. If he does that, then they would have been fine. But, like, that's neither here nor there. The Eagles are what we think they are, and that's a really good football team. They just need to be a bit more explosive on the offensive side of the ball and to continue to put it on teams when they get up.
Eagles 4-1, Bills 4-1, Colts 4-1. Lions 4-1, Niners 4-1, and Bucs 4-1. And that's my third play from the NFL weekend, was an Emeka Egbuka, or Emeka Egbuka, as Gronkowski called him on the studio show. Come on, Gronk, get his name right. He's too good to not be able to say his name right at this point in the season. This nice little 57-yard gain on 3rd and long. Egbuka had 7 catches for 163 yards and a touchdown against the Seahawks yesterday. He is now the only player to ever have, in his first 5 games of his career, 25-plus receptions, 400-plus receiving yards, and 5-plus receiving touchdowns. He's the only one to ever do that. He is the front runner for Rookie of the Year. He has been tremendous this season. Also, are we whispering Baker Mayfield MVP candidate, or are we?
It's upgraded. It's not a whisper.
You
just ask it as a question. That's fine.
Is Baker
Mayfield
MVP? Let me upgrade the question. Baker Mayfield MVP frontrunner?
Like, that's how you say it. It's not a whisper. Baker has done enough here for him to be mentioned in that conversation. But you do have to frame it as a question.
Okay. Who put a question mark in the teleprompter?
It's because it's just not something
that
is believable.
Right to say. But the Bucs are 4-1. He has led 4 game-winning drives in 5 games, and 3 of them being on the road. He's thrown 10 touchdowns. He's thrown just 1 pick this year.
Did that one against a pretty good Seahawks team without his best running back and his best wide receiver.
Mike Evans out.
So, there's Baker Mayfield is absolutely, definitively having a hell of a season. Baker Mayfield MVP? That's how you got to say it.
Question mark?
I thought that the play that you had sent from the Bucs game, I thought that it was the drive Baker had led, one of those type plays.
No, I just thought Egbuka's been so damn good. Just incredibly impressive. Even when we were talking about Jeremiah Smith from Ohio State this weekend, I'm like, they just stack them up. But Marvin Harrison's been a bit of a disappointment. So I can't just go down the list at the moment.
But Marvin Harrison, since the fourth quarter of last game,
has been remarkably better.
Marvin
Has
had
turned
a
around.
catch in double coverage where he just went up and high pointed the ball.
He remembered he can make those catches.
Yeah, kept both feet inbounds and got them down, the Cardinals down with inside like the 2-yard line for their first or second score. I can't remember. And it was like, oh, this is Marvin Harrison Jr. This is the one who they went out there and drafted. So Marvin Harrison might have turned a corner here.
Okay, your NFL plays.
All right. My first one, if Drake Maye is going to do stuff like this, like they're going to be hard to beat. Drake Maye, Sunday Night Football, a man draped on his entire left side of his body, like from this side over, still throws a completion. Drake Maye and Stephon Diggs were incredible. Look at that. Look at this. En route to a Patriots win over the Bills. One of those unlikely wins from the weekend.
We got a report this morning regarding Drake Maye that feels applicable because he was great last night. According to Ross Martin, and he's at 24/7 Sports, CBS Sports, the University of North Carolina staff has been instructed by Bill Belichick not to post or repost anything related to the Patriots, which would explain why there was not a single post last night about Drake Maye's great Sunday Night Football performance against the Buffalo Bills, because, of course, Drake Maye played at North Carolina. That is some petty BS, if that is the case.
Respect.
They posted both of Javonte Williams' touchdowns from Sunday's win over the Jets, but nothing about Drake Maye and the Patriots beating the Bills.
That's tier 1. That's some good stuff for Bill Belichick. Whose team? I almost put them in there after taking that ass whooping.
First play from scrimmage for Clemson was like a 75-yard bomb.
Their 3 losses by 25 or more points. Like, it is just not going well year 1 for North Carolina and Bill Belichick. Speaking of things not going well, you want to talk about Herbert now? Look at me. You don't want to talk about Herbert?
No.
Okay.
He was once again let down by the rest of his team. The offensive line is dead, done. I said done twice because they're that dead.
All right. Okay.
It's fine. You say what you want.
Okay. I will.
I will never.
I will. This
never let him go.
This is not on the offensive line. Justin Herbert threw it. It got tipped straight to my man Sanders still. What are we doing here? Shout out to Mikey. That's my guy. We love you. Go Blue. But, come on, man. Come on. The pads, he had that great 3-week stretch. Last 2 weeks.
I listened to Tom Brady this week and remind everyone, if Justin Herbert is protected, he has the best arm.
Okay.
In the National Football League.
If we've got to pick qualifiers on things, then how good is this guy? How good is this guy? No, I want to know how good are you if we got to pick qualifiers on it. Because we don't pick qualifiers on Josh Allen like that. We don't pick qualifiers on Patrick Mahomes like that. We don't pit them on Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow like that.
Well, let me see them with this Chargers offensive line.
They'd be fine.
I don't know.
And that's because
we saw
they're a different tier.
Joe Burrow.
That's fine.
Joe Burrow's a better example because he has a poop offensive line. Bengals kind of came back in that game yesterday for a hot minute. We were sitting in the Delta Club and this woman behind us was just railing on Jake Browning. Like, it was such a funny thing. And I turn around and she's in a Bengals shirt and she's just like, I can't believe how bad Jake Browning is. This team has no chance with Jake Browning. Fire the whole coaching staff and fire Jake Browning. And then she was really excited. She's like, oh, Jamar Chase can make anyone good. Anyway.
Jamar Chase started to hit one of his, 3 tackles, 4 tackles? How many tackles did Jamar Chase have?
He had 3 at one point.
Oh, my gosh. Started to hit them on there.
Jake Browning was just trying to allow Jamar Chase to have some nice defensive stats for
Somebody
the day.
said Browning turned Chase into Travis Hunter. Running around making plays defensively for the Bengals.
Well, 2-way action.
Yeah.
All right, what's your last one?
This one just warmed my heart to see when I saw it. A man is sitting over there in the stands. The Josh Allen throws an errant pass, just throwing it away. He catches the ball, and then he just leaves, which is exactly what you should do. Fans should be allowed to keep footballs. He knew somebody was coming to get him.
Also, the commentary was
just gone.
Next level.
Mike Tirico did a good job.
It was so good.
Gone. Bye. Just out of here. Give me that football. My friend Josh Allen in the Josh Allen jersey is going to block for me. I'm going to get the hell up out of here with my new football that I caught from Josh Allen.
I deserve
no
this.
way I'm
this
giving
is
this
mine.
back. No. Support. Salute
He's in
to
the
that.
10. He's in the 15. Maybe he doesn't want to be on TV. He's gone. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Good play. Fun weekend that was. Did you watch any of the Aces Mercury game yesterday?
I watched the entirety of Aces Mercury.
All right. So Aces win dominantly, 91-78. They are now up 2-0. From what I understand, I was not able to watch that game, but the Mercury tried to contain A'ja Wilson, which did not work out great because she still scored 28 points, and then also really didn't work out because Jackie Young went off for 32. She had 30 points with 10 minutes left in this game, scored 21 in the third quarter, which is the most points ever scored in a single quarter in the WNBA Finals history. She was great.
Oh, phenomenal. The Asia comes alive in that second quarter, and there's nothing they can do. Now, some of that is because Alyssa Thomas had got her third foul, and so that changes the way that you defend. But still, even before that, Asia was cooking. Chelsea Gray, the way she makes passes, her court vision, her accuracy on passes, even the lookaways, even the fancy ones, top tier, superb. She is throwing, much like a good quarterback, Gray is throwing dudettes open, where they are cutting and they're not open yet. And Gray's like, nope, I know exactly where to put this ball. And she puts it there. She puts it where the help defense can't get to it. She puts it for where the primary defender can't get to it. And she's putting it on the money so whoever's receiving the pass just goes up and finishes. So, yes, Young and yes, Gray, not Gray, Asia are having phenomenal games. But Chelsea Gray, what she's able to do offensively, setting people up, superb. And then on top of that, when she gets switched onto Thomas, Thomas isn't able to just move her out of the way. There's some resistance there, and that allows for the guards on the perimeter to come down and swipe at the ball and get those pokeaways that we saw the Aces getting a whole bunch of against AT and the rest of the Mercury, where, all right, primary defender is here. I feel them. Let me take a dribble, go into the move. Oh, it's Gray. I can't move her. All right, I'm finna spin back. Whoops, what's that? Somebody's come through and poked the ball away, and now we're off and running. So that was really impressive what the Aces were able to do. They say Sably is okay. She didn't look okay.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with the ankle. I hope everything is fine. She had an off game. Her shot selection wasn't the best that I've seen. And also, she just wasn't able to go by people and didn't look like she had a lot of lift when she was able to go by. But you know what they say, Jessica.
It's not a series until the home team loses.
And so
read your mind.
It's not, the series ain't even started yet.
And it's now best of 7.
Best of 5. Is it? Oh, wait. Yeah, it is.
For the finals now.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were saying something else. But yeah, it's the best of 7 now. Yeah, it's the best of 7.
Yeah.
You're correct. It's best of 7.
Yeah. They finally are.
I'm getting my sayings mixed up because when it's when it's 2-2, it becomes a best of 3. I got that mixed up.
You got it. It's okay.
Yeah. Wow.
It's still not a series until the home team
Still
loses.
not a series till the home team loses.
So we will see. Game 3 is Wednesday in Phoenix. Let's do some Hot Mess Express before we get into here and into the rest of our Grizzlies game day and Monday. Craziest story from the weekend. Mark Sanchez got stabbed, and then he got arrested. I hate when I get stabbed and get arrested. Wild way this all unfolded, and a reminder to all of us that maybe we should chill before we make assumptions before learning the whole story.
So we can't blame fatherless children and illegal immigrants for everything?
No.
Okay.
No, not in this one.
You can't threaten to send the National Guard in?
No, I don't think this one, because it was first
where's the fun at?
It was first reported that Mark Sanchez was stabbed in Indianapolis, where he was supposed to call the Colts game on Sunday. And that's obviously a shocking notification to get. Mark Sanchez stabbed. I got stuck in an elevator with Mark Sanchez once back when I was at USC. Nothing to report there. But immediately people are reactive, sending their thoughts, their prayers to Mark Sanchez. Adam Schefter tweeted that it was a robbery, which it was not. There's even a community note for it. Politicians were jumping in like, oh, the crime. Turns out there was no robbery, and it was just an incident involving 2 men, because we get the report that Sanchez was then arrested at the hospital and that he was actually the aggressor in this incident and charged with multiple misdemeanors, according to the reports, which were battery, public intoxication, and unlawful entry of a motor vehicle. So according to the probable cause affidavit, Mark Sanchez confronted a 69-year-old truck driver who had parked his truck outside a hotel in an alley. He's a grease truck driver, so gets the grease from restaurants and transports it. Mark Sanchez was allegedly, according to reports, belligerent, got in the guy's face, got him out of his car. There is video from security camera footage that has not been released to the public, but that authorities have, of Mark Sanchez throwing him against a wall, throwing him to the ground. The guy first tried to pepper spray Mark Sanchez to get him to stop. That didn't work. And the victim in court document said he believed, quote, "This guy is trying to kill me," and that's when he tried to protect himself in self-defense from his standpoint with a knife. There are victims or photos of the victim in the hospital with a huge gash in his cheek, blood, neck brace. We still haven't heard from Mark. Yeah, that was a real picture. Oh, yeah. One of the local news affiliates.
If that's the real pic.
Yes.
How the hell are all these charges misdemeanors?
I know, that was my question as well.
Okay. All right.
We'll learn more. It feels kind of gross to say my favorite fun fact about this situation, but my favorite part of the report was Sanchez was doing wind sprints in the alley and acting erratically, but like, why is my guy just doing wind sprints?
Middle of the night.
Middle of the night. It's after midnight.
Early morning. Wind sprints.
Yeah. When I get a little inebriated.
You do wind sprints?
I don't do wind sprints.
Okay.
I do as little sprints as possible, little movement.
I was going to say, that's why your Achilles is messed up.
Drop it low.
Do you?
Oh.
Turn up.
I really test the Achilles boundaries.
Turn up.
Wedding dance floor. Good time this weekend.
Y'all saw the Mark Sanchez thing. It's like, oh no, hope Mark is okay. And then 2 hours later, more stuff was coming out. I was like, oh no. What the hell is Mark Sanchez on? What is happening right now?
Will he still be remembered more for the butt fumble than this when all is said and
Somebody said
done?
this was the butt fumble of like personal life, where
so he now has two.
Where you end up stabbed and arrested. Right? How does someone end up getting stabbed and then the police look around and say, oh no, you deserved it. You should have been stabbed. You earned that stabbing. You earned it so much, you've got to be arrested. I think he'll be known more for the butt fumble because that was on everybody's TV for what, a year and a half? Remember Bottom 10? And they used to not let number one
it was always the butt fumble
until somebody topped it. And after a while, they're like, yo, nobody's ever going to top the butt fumble. So we got to just retire it.
People in my life who do not follow sports do not care about sports. But when this was all transpiring over the weekend, they go, oh, that's the butt fumble guy.
Butt fumble.
I refer to him as former USC quarterback. And I realize that's not the right way to lead forward with Mark Sanchez. You could say Jets quarterback, but mostly he's the butt fumbler.
Butt fumbler, the guy who didn't know how to slide, and I don't think still doesn't know how to slide. And now the guy who got stabbed and arrested for getting stabbed.
You know, it happens.
Hope that.
Not to a lot of people, but it happened.
Hope that guy is okay. The guy Mark Sanchez
Me too.
attacked.
He looked to not be in great condition. I mean, he's stable, but
hope he's
the gash on his face was...
In the neck brace.
Yeah.
Patino style. Or Petrino. I'm sorry. I'm getting my collegiate coach scandalers confused because of the lettering. So Petrino was the one with the neck brace. Patino was the one at the restaurant. So on his Petrino.
Petrino has an R in it. R for Razorbacks. Happened at Arkansas.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
If you want a little.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You don't know how desperately I need that. I also get D'Antonio and D'Antoni mixed up.
Oh, that one was always really hard.
I still don't know which one is which. I just throw it out there and hope I'm right.
So this is horrible because he's huge at this point. Like Jaden Daniels. I called him Jalen Daniels for a really long time.
Don't feel bad. I still do
it. But yeah, so it still triggers a memory in my head. We were with friends that we were at the Ole Miss LSU game when it was Jaden Daniels, Jackson Dart. And we were all saying, I'm pretty sure we spent that entire game thinking his name was Jalen Daniels. But respect for Jaden Daniels.
Mr. Daniels.
Back on the Hot Mess Express, this was maybe my favorite tweet that I saw all weekend. The Texas A&M police Twitter account that operates as a scanner of sorts had a lot of bangers this weekend after Texas A&M beat Auburn, but perhaps none as good as this one. If we can pop it up, Jacob. Public intoxication ×2. Responded to report of intoxicated subject in men's restroom near section 334-335. Called sober friend. Sober friend arrived intoxicated.
Gosh.
Arrested. I hate when my sober friend is intoxicated.
Why go? You got to know, like, oh no, I can go a lot of places. I can't go there.
That's the problem. You can't go there.
I can't help you right now.
So when I was in a sorority, we had sober sisters at every event. You had to work an event as a sober sister once a year. Like, you had to sign up for it. It was part of your membership. So you would always get in competitions because no one wanted to be a sober sister at formals because those were always the most fun. But you would always have one sober sis who got absolutely obliterated. Every time, without fail. And I will not name names, but I had a very good friend who once showed up to an event, and our president looked her dead in the eye and goes, "Aren't you supposed to be a sober sis?" And she's like, "I am sober." And she said, "No, you're not. Get in a car and you're going home right now." And she was gone in a heartbeat. That friend will remember that for the rest of their lives.
Oh my gosh.
Last but not least, the Chris Brown show got canceled in Memphis.
Yeah.
No Breezy Bowl for us.
That's
Bowl at the bank.
That's unfortunate.
Had a lot of friends going.
Yeah, listen. I'm not the biggest Chris Brown fan, but yo, that show was incredible. We left that show, and one of the things that we talked about when leaving was, hey, how is Breezy gonna do this in Memphis? Because that stadium's not finished,
right?
And he's not just coming on stage, jiggling, gyrating, and singing. He is moving through the air for portions of that. The lights that go into it are incredible also. Where do those go in Memphis? We couldn't see it. So when it got canceled, it didn't too much surprise. It didn't surprise me. It's an incredible show. I hate that it's not coming to Memphis. I know a lot of people are disappointed, and listen, sadly, you should be.
Yeah.
It was so good. My wife was trying to find a way to get to the one in Memphis 2 Sundays from now. So like that's how big of a show. That's how good of a show it is. It's sad, but maybe next time a big artist comes through, that the bank will be done and they can go and perform there.
I also just think it'd be cool to see a show at the bank. I love stadium shows. Oh, I love this empty seat next to me. And you want to know what else I love?
If you say preseason basketball, I'll cut you off.
I can't go that far. But I respect it. And I will be there. And I'll be on the radio. I got to get my feet wet for the season. It's my preseason too. It's Eric Hasseltine's preseason too. I don't know if it's Elliot Perry or Mike Wallace on the call with Eric, but I'll find out when I roll into FedEx Forum tonight at 5 o'clock. Game is at 7. Grizzlies Pistons. We will be back tomorrow. We'll have the biggest takeaways from the Grizzlies' first preseason game. We also have Monday Night Football going on later this evening. Chiefs-Jags.
Okay.
You get excited for Chiefs-Jags?
I kind of.
Jags are 3-1.
And the Chiefs are what?
2-1? 2-2. 2-2.
Okay.
Yeah, 2-2.
That's interesting.
Xavier Worthy might be hurt.
Yeah.
That's not good.
This will be my first time seeing Travis Hunter.
This will be Travis Kelce's first game since
everybody found out he was packing that meat. Come on, Travis. That's what Shayla told me.
Everybody have a great rest of your day.
Shayla said he's slanging it.
Everybody.
A redwood. A redwood? Do you know what you have to be
Literary.
Be a redwood?
She's
okay,
literary.
He could have been an oak. But to be a redwood?
Everybody have a great rest of your Monday.
That man is a redwood.
We'll see you tomorrow.
He could have been a fern. That man is a redwood. Do you know what you gotta be to be packing redwood?